Hello everybody, welcome back to my video. This is Let's Start Gaming Part 3. So in this video we are going to be talking about Naughty Dog. There's a lot of things we have to discuss from the Last of Us series and a little bit update on their multiplayer project. And we do have to talk about God of War. There's a new update coming soon. God of War series is happening. And then there's Horizon. Yes, apparently there's a new Horizon series also coming. And we do need to touch on Marvel Spider-Man 2. And last but not least, Rocket League and Resident Evil 4. So stay tuned. Let's get right into it. Let's start by talking about Naughty Dog. Recently, 2 or 3 days ago, they just premiered Last of Us series, which kinda got a lot of attention. Apparently, the reviews are out and I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty good. It got 82 Metacritic score. Honestly speaking, I don't know about the other scores. I do know about Rolling Stone, it got 80. Considering the series, it's actually quite decent scores. One of the reviews was from Jeff Keighley. For the people who doesn't know who that is, he's basically host of the Game Awards. What he has to say about the show was that last night I saw the premiere of The Last of Us HBO. Craig, Neil and the team have done an incredible job adapting and adding to the game world. I wasn't rewatching the game. I was seeing the same world from a new perspective. Authentic, compelling and deeply emotional. Bravo. I'm actually super pumped for this because with this tweet I can simply say that I will definitely be watching this series, and I will also suggest to people who actually never even played the game to watch the show. The reason why Last of Us got so much attention was because of its lore, and since this series will definitely be focusing on the lore of game. Also, let's talk about the budget. We know that the budget of the show is actually equivalent of the budget of the Game of Thrones, which was one of the huge shows at that time. Considering that, I do think it's gonna be a really good show, so do give it a try. I'm not sponsored by this, I'm just giving you a good show recommendation. And speaking of episodes, apparently there's been a leak which says that how long each episode is going to be, and I gotta say it's quite long. It's like a movie. So the first episode is going to be 85 minutes, which is basically 1 hour 60, 70, 80. 1 hour 20 minutes.
I'm not good at maths.
And the episode 2 is going to be 55 minutes and episode 3 is going to be 80 minutes, which are actually quite long episodes. I'm not going to be making a video on it, but I'll be giving my reviews on it. So The Last of Us is actually releasing on January 15th, this coming Sunday. I mean, that's about it for The Last of Us series. Let's move on to another news for Naughty Dog. Apparently, Naughty Dog's Last of Us Part 2 is no longer the most or highest awarded game of all time. It has been dethroned by The Elden Ring, which is... I'm not surprised. I love Last of Us Part 2, but I don't think that the game actually deserves that many awards. Elden Ring deserved it. Good job, guys. And also recently we did find out that The Last of Us as a whole franchise has sold over 37 million copies on PlayStation and PC. Huge number. Wait, is Last of Us out on PC? I'm not sure yet. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. There was a new Hollywood report that came out with Neil Druckmann. So what he has to say about the upcoming project, and also he made some comments on the multiplayer project. We will be checking it out later on this video. Apparently he was asked about The Last of Us Part 3, whether he's considering it, because there were some rumors a few days ago that The Last of Us Part 3 is actually in development right now, but it was just a rumor. So what he has to say was that he cannot reveal whether a rumor Part 3 game from Naughty Dog is coming, but he did say that, quote unquote, I think there's more story to tell. I mean, obviously we knew that. I mean, that's not something new. We already knew that. There's a lot of story we do have to discover in the Last of Us universe. But who knows when that game is coming out, because nowadays games are taking super long to be developed. So I don't know how that's gonna end up, but hopefully soon enough. Lastly, we do need to talk about the factions, aka the multiplayer section of The Last of Us. Basically, it was supposed to come out this year, but we don't even have the release window. We don't have anything yet. The only thing we have is that it's a new concept art, and that's it. So basically on that interview, what they said about the multiplayer project was that we'll have some fun surprises for you along the way, but later this year we will begin to offer you some details on the ambitious The Last of Us multiplayer game. The project is shaping up to be a fresh, new experience from the studio, but one rooted for Naughty Dog's passion for delivering incredible stories, characters and gameplay. With that being said, I'm kind of being skeptical about it also, but also kind of excited because they did mention incredible stories. But the story, I'm not sure how they're gonna implement a story in a multiplayer project. If anyone can do it, it's Naughty Dog. Their storytelling is actually pretty good. Recently there's been some rumors coming out about their new IP. This rumor comes from The Last of Us 1 remake, which they recently released. There were some interesting things players were finding. These things may include some kinds of paintings that were in the game, and these paintings were showing some mythological settings maybe, or science fiction, I don't know. I mean, these are just rumors yet, so just take it with a grain of salt. It's not confirmed, nothing is confirmed yet. Basically what's happening here is that fans are speculating those arts, because this is not actually the first time they've done this. They actually did the same thing with The Last of Us when they released Uncharted 3. They teased The Last of Us game on Uncharted 3, which actually happened. So who knows, maybe this is the new IP. Personally, I'm kinda glad that they might be doing a new IP, so I'll be happy to have a new IP, especially from Naughty Dog. I wanna see what they can do more. So now let's move on to God of War. Apparently Santa Monica Studios did announce a new God of War update, and that update is coming out on spring this year. Honestly speaking, it's kinda late for them to release an update this late, because I do think that the hype could be dying down. Personally, if they did a new Game Plus sooner, like now, I would definitely play it right now, but it's super late. I don't think I'll be playing it, but if people want to play it, good for them. And speaking of God of War, yes, there's been a new God of War series that was greenlit by Amazon. And yes, Amazon is amazing. One of my favorite shows right now is The Boys from the Amazon, and Amazon doing the God of War series is kind of looking good, but there's been no casting yet. The only thing that has been confirmed is that Judkins will showrun and executive produce the series based on the game development by Santa Monica Studios. He's basically an Iron Man and Children of the Men writers. So no casting has been confirmed yet, but the only thing that has been confirmed is the producer and executive producer and who's gonna be showrunning this whole series. And also some writers are also confirmed, who are Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby? I don't know how to pronounce them. I'm super bad with names, don't come at me, please. Basically, these writers are from original Iron Man movie and Children of the Men. Never saw that movie or series, whatever that is. So the good thing about this series is that the creative director is going to be Cory Barlog, who actually is the director of the last God of War game, God of War 2018, not God of War Ragnarok. And apparently there's a lot of speculation going around for the casting. People are saying that Triple H should play Kratos, or Braun Strowman should play Kratos. Basically, people are mentioning the name from WWE, and don't get me wrong, those guys do look like Kratos, but I think acting does matters, because it's not just about the looks. I think acting should be the main key factor here. I would personally want Christopher Judge to play Kratos, because he actually is Kratos. So I don't know, but I know it's gonna be a bit controversial. I don't want to go deep into that, because we know Kratos is being ashed, and people are also saying that Dave Bautista would play Kratos, and also apparently Dave Bautista did confirm that the next Guardian of the Galaxy is going to be his last movie. I don't know if that's foreshadowing his death or anything. I don't know about that, but the reason why I am mentioning this is because he did mention that he want to go into more serious roles in his future movies or series, whatever he's gonna do. Like Comic Book did say that the Dave Bautista needs to play Kratos in Amazon's new God of War TV show, whereas I'd say yes, that is plausible compared to Triple H and Braun Strowman, because I do think Batista is actually a really good actor. I've never seen him in a serious role. I think there's one movie that's coming out soon in which he actually plays a serious role. So I'll be down to watch it, so just so that we can see if he is the right contender to play Kratos, because he's such a unique character. I don't think anyone can play him as good as the real actor who plays Kratos. Obviously my first pick would be Christopher Judge, but if they decide not to go with Christopher Judge, I would choose Batista. Now let's move on to Horizon. There's a lot of happening in Horizon as well, and I'm super pumped for it, because Horizon is one of my favorite games. I always talk about Horizon. I love the game. Apparently there's been a new Horizon series also in works. Oh my god, this video is just about series. Anyways, Horizon Zero Dawn Netflix PlayStation series is coming. Yes, it has been greenlit. So apparently right now there's no cast or anything has been confirmed yet, except for two people, who are Carter Swan and Asad. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. So people who doesn't know who these guys are, they're basically the people behind the video games adaptations of movies and series. They worked on Uncharted the movie. They are working on the Last of Us series. They are currently working on Ghost of Tsushima movie and Twisted Metal series. Yes, we are also getting Ghost of Tsushima movie and Twisted Metal series. A lot of adaptations are happening, and I'm down for it. So the only thing we know about the series is that series is gonna be set thousands of years in the future, in the ruins of the United States, but it's filled with high-tech machines and primitive tribes. So that's basically the lore of it. I don't know if we are going to get Aloy as the main character for this series. I mean, I hope we get Aloy because I personally love her. And also I do want to point out one more thing. There's also been rumors that Horizon Zero Dawn is getting a remaster version or a remake version. Reportedly it's in development. It's still a rumor, but I'll be happy with it as long as they do give us new trophies for it. So I don't know how to react to this because I don't think Horizon deserves a new remaster right now because it's still kind of new game. It's not that old of a game. One more thing I want to talk about is that Guerrilla Games are actually working on a new multiplayer project which is going to be set in the world of Horizon. And personally speaking, I'm actually super pumped for it because before Horizon Forbidden West was about to be released, there were some rumors this game will use co-op features, but they never did that because I do love the combat of Horizon Forbidden West and I do love the open world of it. So it would be super fun to hunt down machines together with a friend or with your co-op buddy or whoever you want to play with. I'm super pumped for it, but we don't know that if it's going to be a co-op journey or if it's going to be a team deathmatch or whatever they want to do with that, or it's basically gonna be both of them. I don't know that. The only thing we know about this is from a job listing that showed up on Twitter, which recently said that this is like life at Guerrilla. They're hiring people, but they also confirmed that a new internal team is developing a separate online project set in Horizon's universe. I'm super pumped for it. Okay, now it's time for us to talk about Spider-Man 2. We can finally say that the Spider-Man 2 is coming out this year. It's going to be an exclusive PlayStation 5 game, and some of the comments were made by the vice president of Insomniac Games. They said that the game is going to be a bit darker compared to the last games, which actually makes kind of sense because of the trailers we saw recently. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the last Spider-Man games were relatively light-hearted and didn't feature many dark themes in it. And I mean, after all, Spider-Man is basically a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's a fun superhero. He doesn't kill anyone. There's no gore in the game. But given the fact that the Spider-Man 2 will be featuring villains such as Venom and Kraven the Hunter, I mean, it's no wonder why they're saying that this sequel is going to be a bit darker, because Venom in comics is actually really gory. The way he kills people is super gore and super bloody. So I'm actually super excited for this because I do think for now this game is my most anticipated game of this year because it's such a big sequel to such a successful predecessor. And now let's talk about Rocket League. Basically, Rocket League is being hacked right now. Speaking of Rocket League, I've been playing Rocket League for almost 6 or 7 years almost. And one of the things players of Rocket League used to flex on other gamers was that Rocket League cannot be hacked. Basically what that means is that there was no possible way to cheat in the game until now. So basically what happened was that a few months ago, like early 2022, there was a guy named RL Bots. He made this new bot named Nexto. He plays in a Grand Champion lobbies. He's a Grand Champion bot. I don't know how they ended up doing that, how they implemented these strategies in that bot. I mean, we can see that there are multiple videos out there in YouTube where they showcase how Nexto actually is able to play. I want to say is that the Grand Champion is such a high rank in Rocket League. It's basically the second highest rank, and in the world right now there are 0.4% or 0.5% players in the world who are Grand Champions in Rocket League. I can tell that the people who are watching this video, this Nexto bot is better than you guys. He's better than me. I've been playing the game for 7 years. I'm Champion 3, but he's Grand Champion. So how is this relevant to the hacking? Is that somehow players have figured a way out where they use this bot as their own player, and this bot is playing for them. So what's happening is that they're not even playing the game, they're just giving their access to the bot and on public lobbies. And not just in public lobbies, even in competitive lobbies like ranked games, and even SSL level lobbies. One of the pro players in Rocket League, Garrett G, he actually did encounter one of the bots in his lobby, and he's a high SSL player. So I know it's kind of worrying, I know it's kind of sad for us. I hope Psyonix take actions against this. This is such a disaster for everyone who's actually grinding Rocket League to be a better player. And I mean, we are already dealing with a lot of smurfs in this game, but basically got a new bot that can play for the players, and he's way better than every average player in Rocket League. Is kind of bad. So now let's just talk about Resident Evil 4. Yesterday was the anniversary for the original Resident Evil 4's anniversary, and we didn't get anything new from Capcom because we already got a lot of new things from Capcom already. Apparently we did find out one thing about Resident Evil 4 is that it's actually at the final stages of development. So it's safe to say there's no delay coming for this game, I hope, and I'm super pumped for this game. For the people who are actually excited to see me play this game, I will be live streaming this whole playthrough on my YouTube channel, so do check it out, please. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.